Hello, this is the wife of Bath's tale, and the main characters are the knight who rapes a young maiden, the hag who supplies the right answer to the knight, the queen who asks the knight to find out what women desire most in the world. The wife of Bath begins her tale with a knight who rapes a young maiden in the reign of the King Arthur. The court is shocked by such crime and decrees that the knight should be beheaded. But intervening the queen, she and her court suggest that the knight should be given a chance to save his life. The king readily agrees with his wife. Then the queen turns to the knight and asks him if he finds out what women desire most in the world, his life will be spared. The knight leaves the court and roams about the country. He asks the question every woman he meets, but all in vain. Some say a woman likes wealth, some say honor, some jolliness, and so on, and the answers only saddened the knight. On the fateful day, as he returns to the court, he comes across a group of ladies in a forest who are dancing. The knight decides to ask the question to them. As he approaches, the group of ladies vanish, and there appears an old ugly woman. The woman asks the knight if she can be helpful to him. But the woman also wants his favor in return, and she will ask for it after the court spares his life. Both the woman and the knight promise to help each other and leave for the court. Before the queen, the knight answers what the old woman has already told him, that women desire sovereignty over their husbands. After hearing the answer, the queen spares the life of the knight. Then the old ugly woman in the court asks the knight to marry her. The knight cries and refuses to accept her as his wife. The knight offers his possessions instead of his body, but the woman is determined to marry him. At last, the knight unwillingly agrees to marry the ugly hag. At night, the ugly hag asks the knight the reason behind his sadness. The knight replies that he does not deserve such an ugly woman as his wife. The ugly hag tells him either he can choose a beautiful and young lady but unfaithful to her husband, or an ugly creature like her but faithful to her husband. The knight broods over it and responds that it is up to her to decide his fate. As the knight looks again at the woman, he finds a young and beautiful woman. The tale suggests the control the women should have over their husbands. It comes into light when the King Arthur readily accepts the decision of his wife. Even the knight at the end of the tale leaves up to the ugly woman to decide his fate. The tale is also concerned with educating the knight about women. That is why the queen asks the knight to find out what women desire most. The tale also makes it clear that gentility cannot be inherited. True goodness lies in one's character. Though the knight belongs to the nobility, he falls from his virtues and rapes a young maiden.